What's up, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video. And I am beyond excited to make this Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video for you guys, because as you guys can tell from the title and thumbnail of this video, I created a Sherry inspired deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, utilizing all of her cards that got added into the Blazing Roses main box in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. We got a lot of her Fleur cards in the game, and I thought that it would have been a good opportunity to build an awesome deck in tribute for Sherry, because in my opinion, like, design-wise, out of all the Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds girls, Sherry's like second place for me on like the most attractive. First is Misty, of course, and then second is Sherry. Sherry with that long blonde hair and green eyes is very spicy, so in tribute to the waifu, I thought it would have been a good idea to create this deck video for you guys. So if you guys enjoy this video at any point, be sure to go smash the like button on the video down below, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and if you want to support me as a content creator, find that join button either next to the subscribe button or go to the link in the description down below and become a YouTube member today. You get a special badge next to your name in the comment section, and you get some emotes whenever I do some live streams. So if you want to do that and go the extra mile, be sure to join as a YouTube member. Nonetheless, though, after all that selling out stuff, let's get into the deck right here. And I'm not gonna lie, this deck is pretty spicy. I was able to defeat 6 samurais and ancient gears with this deck. So here we go. Here's the deck list right here, and it is pretty spicy in my opinion. Rocking 2 copies of Quick Draw Synchron, and this card is from the Warriors Unite box. Rocking 3 copies of Sangan from the Gaia's Genesis box. Rocking 3 copies of Spear Kribo from the Ultimate Rising box. Rocking 2 copies of Sorciere de Fleur from the Blazing Rose box. Rocking 3 copies of Necro Fleur from the Blazing Rose box. For the rest of this video, I'm just going to call this card Fleur. Next up, we have 3 copies of Galaxy Cyclone from the Gaia's Genesis box. If you want to run any other back row removal cards that you prefer, run those instead of Galaxy Cyclone. If you don't want 3 copies of this card, rocking 2 copies of Fragrant Storm. If I had a 3rd copy of this card, I would, but I don't check the card trader that much as it is, so at some point I'll get a 3rd copy of it. I'd recommend rocking a 3rd copy of this card, but currently I only have 2 copies of Fragrant Storm, so we're rocking 2 of them. And then last but not least, we have 2 copies of Treacherous Trapple from the Visions of Ice mini box, which is also a card I strongly recommend around this deck. When it comes to our extra deck, we're rocking 3 copies of Junk Destroyer and 3 copies of Chevalier de Fleur. You don't need Junk Destroyer in order to make this deck works, and throughout the dual replays montage, I do not summon Junk Destroyer once, but there was one moment where I should have summoned Junk Destroyer, so then I could have won the duel instantly. For the sake of the video, I wanted to use cards that Sherry used in the show and in the video games, not Junk Destroyer. I don't think she used Junk Destroyer in the show or anime or anything like that. So there's that right there. But yeah, there we go. Now, when it comes to combos, let's break it down. So the first things first, I did not want to use Fleur Synchron. Maybe there's some combos I could think about with Fleur Synchron, but for the current moment, I wanted to stay away from Fleur Synchron because I don't remember on the top of my head of any like 6-star non-tuner monsters that you can easily special summon with. So due to that, I was like, I'm not going to use Fleur Synchron. I don't really think that this card is too useful in the first place. So instead, to replace Fleur Synchron for this card, for Sorciere or Chevalier de Fleur, I'd rather use Quick Draw Synchron, because this card can substitute for any Synchron monster, and also this opens up the possibility to summon Junk Destroyer if I absolutely need to. Sadly, I wish there was a 6-star Synchro monster that used a Synchron tuner, because if there was something like Turbo Warrior in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, I would actually rock it in this deck, because I have a lot of 1-star monsters in this deck. But sadly, since there's no 6-star there's no 6-star Synchro monster that uses Synchron tuners, I'm only going to be able to rock 8-star Synchro monsters that use Synchron tuners. So due to that, we can't combo a Quick Draw Synchron and any of our 1-star monsters. So currently what I do is that I combo Sangan with Quick Draw Synchron to special summon it into Chevalier de Fleur or Junk Destroyer. What's really nice about Sangan too is the fact that one of these cards sent from the field to the graveyard, I can add a monster with 1500 or less attack from my deck to your hand, which pretty much means that any of these cards except for Sorciere de Fleur I can add to my hand with Sangan. And also, you do not want to add Sorciere de Fleur to your hand as it is, so this card works perfectly with this deck in my opinion. So I sometimes, and you're going to see these in the dual replays, I'm going to discard like a Spear Kribo, special summon Quick Draw Synchron, normal summon it into Sangan, and then synchro summon with Sangan and Quick Draw Synchron into Chevalier de Fleur. Use Sangan's effect to add back a new Spear Kribo from my deck to the hand, so it's like I didn't even discard a Spear Kribo in the first place. So that's really cool right there. Quick Draw Synchron, in my opinion, is much better than the Chevalier de Fleur's tuner monster, Fleur Synchron. So that's really cool right here. Now, the bulk of this deck, which is pretty spicy, is this Fleur card right here. When this card is destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon a Sorciere de Fleur from your deck. What this means is that we're going to be using cards like Fragrant Storm and Treacherous Trap Hold to pop this card to special summon into this 2900 attack monster. And when this card is normal or special summon, you can select a monster in your opponent's graveyard, special summon that monster to your side of the field. It cannot attack your opponent directly, and is destroyed during the end phase of this turn. The effect of Sorciere de Fleur can only be activated once per turn. So this card's cool because it's easy to special summon with this Fleur card right here, and using Fragrant Storm and Treacherous Trap Hole is going to give us a lot of advantage, because if we use, you know, Fragrant Storm to pop Fleur, we get to draw a card. If we use Treacherous Trap Hole to pop Fleur in an opponent's monster, we get to destroy opponent's monster and then follow up with a 2900 attacking monster, which is really nice. And there's a couple situations too where Sorcerer Fleur's effect, where I special summon an opponent's monster from the graveyard and add it to the side of the field, worked in 2 different cases. And one of the replays you're going to see in this video, I special summoned a zombie monster from the graveyard, and my opponent wasn't able to use their zombie monster's effect in the graveyard to pop off. And also in a different duel, I was actually able to OTK. I think I was going against like DonkLords or something, and DonkLord, I took one of the big attacking DonkLords onto the side of my field, attacked into my opponent's monster, and then attacked directly Sorcerer Fleur to get an OTK. That's another duel replay that was super sick right there. So this Fleur card right here just combos well with Fragrant Storm and a Treacherous Trap Hole, and it just pops off right there. Last but not least, now, because that's pretty much the deck right there, you'll see in the duel replays of basically what this deck does, and I explained everything. But also, when it comes to level tuning, don't run this skill. I was only rocking a skill for, I was only using Akiza for this video, because Akiza is the only like adult female character in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, because the only female characters we have in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links is Akiza and Luna. So the closest like female 5D's character to Sherry was Akiza, so I want to use Akiza in this video. So we rocked level tuning. This skill, like, it does the job, but I actually did not use the skill once during my duel replays, and I used Draw Since Dark for a little bit in one of my some of my plays. So there's that right there. I'd recommend rocking Tides of Bind or Beatdown over the level tuning. I just want to use Akiza for this video. And yeah, that's going to be about it. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to smash the like button on the video down below, subscribe to the channel, and enjoy the rest of these duel replays that I'm going to be showing you guys, because they are really spicy. Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy the duel replays. Peace, peace.